All right, so Sheamus faces Alberto Del Rio again for the World Heavyweight Championship, and if you weren't tired enough as it was for this, like I am, they're gonna have another match at Night of Champions because it wasn't enough that we had Sheamus against Daniel Bryan for like their three matches or two matches or whatever like that, and ever since then it's been Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah, they only had one legitimate match, Bryan and Sheamus, because the other one was 18 seconds. Yeah, and
Tag matches,
well,
kind of it.
I wouldn't even
the
call that a
match I
match.
thought was better than their Money in the Bank match. Is stiff, more hard hitting, had better action, and then the fucking shit finish that made me go, oh no. No, 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 no. This gives Del Rio a reason to complain for another title shot. No,
Right.
no. And I'm starting to go all Daniel Bryan and go no over the fact that Del Rio's foot was on the rope. Good hard hitting match with stiff offense. That's always fun to watch with a complete shit finish. Lovely.
I liked
Always love that on pay-per-view.
I liked the very beginning of the match, and I liked the end of the match. Other than the fact that the same kind of idea of I don't want a rematch between these two, but I liked how it was a little different. Uh, but all the stuff in the inside, I just didn't care.
I
Uh,
didn't like the finish.
You didn't like
Yeah,
the finish?
the only major problem I had with it was the finish. I fucking hate fluky finishes, especially when it means like a feud that should have ended at that pay-per-view is going to continue. So, or at least like I was hoping like maybe Del Rio would take the title or something different was going to happen. I guess something did. The match finishing with someone's foot on the rope, but oh man,
I was
I
hoping
don't know.
Ricardo would like jump in and turn on Alberto, and they would.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, there was the shoe involved in the finish too. I forgot about that. Yeah, that was stupid too. Yeah, liked it all the way up until the finish. That soured things for me. That's all I got to say.
Now, I kind of one of the things that they're talking about is one of the new developmental wrestlers is Del Rio's brother, who is going under I think it's Mimo or Memo or I don't know how to pronounce it Montenegro. His real name's Guillermo Rodriguez. I want Alberto to not get any more world heavyweight title shots for a long time. I think that he's had more than enough in his tenure of the company for only being here for a short amount of time. He's basically always been in the world title hunt, and
Yeah,
I'm
he's been here
tired
for
of
two
it.
years now, and
Yeah, it's they've had him feud with so many different people, and I don't think that any of them have really been solid feuds.
I think his best feuds were the one with Edge and Christian, really.
I think
I think
Christian,
his best
yeah,
feuds were
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Ray and Edge.
with Ray and Edge,
Yeah,
Well, the Ray feud was decent, but it never got a good blow off. What it got blown off on TV. Like they never ever had like the
the Last
big
Man
blow
Standing
off
match or something.
like on pay-per-view between the two that just kind of faded away on TV, then came back on TV, then faded away on TV, and they never really had a solid finish. But I think his feuds with Edge and Christian were probably the best, and especially the Christian feud because that one I actually gave two shits about because I was like, oh, hopefully they give the world title to Christian, and then they got rid of it from him in 2 days. But whatever, that's besides the point.
I
Um,
would like to see though his brother come in, and if his now this is of course if his brother's any good, because I haven't seen anything about it, but if he's any good, have him come in, and the two of them can be the tag team champions. Have the two of them managed by Ricardo Rodriguez, and I'd rather see them do that than to have Del Rio in the title hunt, especially not around WrestleMania time or something like that. I want to see. I don't even want to see this rematch at Night of Champions. Even if there's the rumor that Randy Orton will be the special referee, I still don't care whatsoever. And I would rather see Orton against Sheamus. I would rather see Wade Barrett if he's ready against Sheamus. Anything
oh
for the
yeah.
most part. I'd rather see Cody Rhodes against
What
Sheamus.
I was hoping they were going to do with Barrett coming back, and I didn't think they'd go Del Rio and Sheamus again and to fit Orton into the title picture and something else. Maybe do like a championship scramble or something like that for the world title. Make it interesting.
I would love that.
Make it some multi-person match. Like Sheamus defends against like Del Rio, Orton, Barrett, and some other face like I would say Mysterio, but he has a concussion, so somebody else, maybe even a Cody Rhodes, and like then that could be a way to take the title off of Sheamus, but not have him be pinned. sort of thing. But or maybe they're gonna have him keep it until Dolph Ziggler cashes in his Money in the Bank. I don't know. I was hoping that's what they'd go for, but now it's like, oh, we get to see this again. Lovely.
You know what I
And
Well, I
really
don't want to see Dolph as champ, really.
not a big Dolph fan, or just rather have Sheamus?
I'm not a big Dolph fan. And I don't really want to see Sheamus as champion, really, because of
no,
that
my
tournament.
yeah
He lost
yeah.
it.
Ziggler's reign's inevitable because they're not gonna have two people fail their cash-ins in 1 year, so he's gonna be champion sooner or later. But my ideal world heavyweight champion, the guy I would love to see take the title off of Sheamus is Wade Barrett. I mean, I think that would be a pretty good feud.
You know what I would love to see? Well, you know what? First off, this is one thing that I'm paranoid that they'll do that I really don't want to see. I really don't want to see Sheamus and Del Rio with Orton as a special referee, and it becomes a triple threat match, and then we have a triple threat match at what's the pay-per-view after Hell in a Cell. I really don't want to see that at all. I don't want to see Sheamus against Del Rio at Hell in a Cell. I don't want to see Sheamus against Orton at Hell in a Cell. I really don't even like the idea of Hell in a Cell being a pay-per-view. I'd rather have them just do cage matches like Lockdown or something like that. But what I would love to see is Dolph Ziggler keep the title, not the title, the briefcase for not necessarily almost a year, but keep it longer than what everybody's expecting. The longest I think that they had, other than Edge's first cash in, I think the longest was Daniel Bryan's, right? Kept it from Money in the Bank until Survivor Series. Not Survivor Series.
TLC
TLC.
in December. Yeah.
So I'd like to see Dolph Ziggler keep it until maybe. Hell, I would love to see him cash in at WrestleMania. That would be fantastic. But something kind of like that. Something maybe even holds it to the Royal Rumble or something like that. And I don't know, but I would love to see Wade Barrett feud with Sheamus and win the title off of him. I think that would work really well. And if that means that we don't get Sheamus against Del Rio anymore, then thank God.
Yeah, and Barrett, the guy just screams top heel. I mean, he has a lot of potential if they push him correctly. And I think him against Sheamus, it just seems kind of like a logical feud for the world title, doesn't it? Like the big face Irish brawler versus the big heel bare knuckle English fighter. It kind of makes sense, and I think it's inevitable. But with Dolph in the mix, I could see Barrett just being a Del Rio brogue kicking bag, and that's something I don't want to happen. If they're gonna feud, they better make it mean something. Unlike this feud, which Del Rio's just the brogue kick bag.
Well,
So
isn't Mark Henry supposed to come back too? So what if they had Mark Henry versus Sheamus again?
Yeah, I can see them doing that.
I wouldn't mind that. When was the last time?
I'd rather have
Yeah,
Henry with the title.
than Del Rio. Yeah, for sure.
Hall of Pain comes back.
Any last thoughts, guys?
Good match with a shit finish. 2 and 3/4 counts. I don't know. There.
Good match. I would say 1.5 counts.
Good beginning, interesting ending, and I'll give it a 1 just because I don't want to see this again.
I just say 1 because of the finish and I
Yeah.
would give it 2, but the finish.
Next part, we're going to talk about the Tag Team Championship, and that's probably a pretty short one. So then after that, we'll move on to the WWE Championship and then the Perfect Storm, because we're not going to have a 20-minute break in between those two.